And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, Tom Vasel here, and today we're taking a look at The Floor is Lava. This is a kids game, also a very good episode of Community, but it's a game, every kid plays this. I have every one of my kids at some point, and without any prompting from someone else, has said you can't go on the floor, and they crawl across couches and jump across stuff. And it is super entertaining. Well, this takes that and turns it into a board game for kids, or kind of put some rules on it. Let's take a look. So in this game, you're going to have a bunch of these tiles, which are placed all over the board in random spots. They're one-sided tiles. And you have this giant spinner here. Everyone's going to go stand on a color. What color are you going to stand on? You spin the spinner. Everyone needs to stand on yellow. So everyone goes and stands on a yellow square. Now, once everyone's ready to play, then, basically, you're going to spin a color. And everyone has to rush to that color. And that color is green. So everyone runs to green as fast as you can. The last person to get to a green tile has their green tile removed from the game. And so we keep doing that, and if you can't get to a tile, then you're eliminated from the game. If you land on a tile with a question mark here, then a card will be drawn, and you have to do whatever that card says. Stand on one leg, jump up and down 3 times, move to the closest unoccupied yellow tile. Act like you're lifting weights. Clap your hands 10 times as fast as you can. Hop like a bunny. Now you're only allowed to touch these, and not the floor. The rules are not very clear on this, but I think that means you can climb on the couch and climb across the table and jump and do whatever it takes. So you're just going to keep going until only one person's left. Tiles are going to be slowly eliminated from the game, and then the last person around, I guess you don't actually die, but the last person who hasn't fallen into the lava is the winner. Now this game is made on a fairly low budget thing, which makes sense, they're not using very good art or whatever, but hey, the floor is lava. I'm really surprised at these tiles. Now these tiles are fairly indestructible at first blush, right? But they get really dirty and really filthy. I guess you can wash them off, but they're thin, they don't lay down properly, and honestly, they don't look that good. This spinner, if you look at that bend on it, this spinner is, it spins well, but wow, is this really low quality. And the cards, why are they tiny cards? Why do we have this small little deck of cards? It's just not good quality. And if we're going to be talking about quality, we got to talk about the rules for this game, because the rules aren't very good at all. Where'd the rules go? They're somewhere in the mix here. The rules barely explain what happens as you play the game. And where did the rules go? Come to me, rules. Well, whatever. They're bad rules. They don't explain all the little details. They fell on the floor. Here's the rules. So, they talk about falling in the lava. They show a picture here. Is that person on? Can't touch the floor. If any part of them touches the floor, they're out. So is this out? It should say out. I'm not quite sure. And challenge cards, what happens if it tells you to go to a tile and that tile doesn't exist? Do you stand with someone else? Can 2 people be on the same tile? There's just a lot of questions the rules don't answer. Now, right, I told you that this is a fun kids game for them to crawl over couches and stuff. This is not that much more fun. And again, it's kind of like, here's what I struggle with this sort of thing. There are, again, a lot of kids games out there. There's a lot of fantastic kids games out there. I feel like you should put a bit of effort into them. And this, once again, feels like they put no effort into it. Come on now. They're like, ooh, let's play a game of The Floor is Lava. Let's put some tiles in the 4 different colors and a spinner. Sir, how much effort should we put into the components? None at all. Lowest quality possible. Yes, sir. Okay, now let's make some cards for actions. I can only think of like 15 things, sir. That's all we need anyway. Okay, how about stand on 1 foot? Great. How about pretend you're lifting weights? Great. And it's almost like kids designed the game. And that's fine in one end, but again, like I mentioned, the rules don't answer all these questions, and it's just kind of a weird thing. It's like, get to these, and the game can be, if you care about this sort of thing, but it could be dangerous, right? As kids are falling over furniture and everything. If you get rid of furniture and just put the tiles in the middle of, let's say, a gym or some other floor, then it's really boring. It's just the same. You can put up some chairs and be like, strawberries and lemons, switch spots or whatever. This sort of thing is so frustrating to me because it feels like this is a fun kid game that kids play mixed with a party game that you play at parties, but then not done very well, and put into a box and sold to gullible people. I cannot condone this sort of nonsense. There are fun kid games out there. There are games that are educational. There are games that are silly fun. Unfortunately, I'm not sure this is any of those. The kids enjoyed the running around aspect, but as the games continued, they were getting confused. They're like, can I go to the same spot as someone else? I don't know. Can I stand on the chair and on the floor? I don't know. I landed on the question mark, and then you spun the same color. So do I get another card? I don't know. Do I have to switch to another one of that same color? Or do I have to stay on the same one? Or you just respin? I don't know. Come on now. You cannot tell me that these questions never came up over the course of the game. No, I can tell you what happened. They were like, blah, blah, blah. Gave it to a guy. The guy was like, approved, produce it for as cheaply as possible. Nonsense. Do not reward such low effort with your money, folks. There are better games out there. Dice Tower Judgment, no good.